Want to know how I got started woodworking, building custom furniture? Well, keep watching and I'll tell you all about it. Hi, my name is Deandra with Workboots Glasses, and I wanted to share with you how I got started with my custom furniture business. My husband joined the military in 2012, and I needed something to take my mind off of him leaving for 6 to 8 months for boot camp and then training and all that good stuff. When he first left, I was kind of like in a funk, like, he's gone. What am I gonna do? I have 3 kids to take care of by myself with him not being here. And that just kind of freaked me out. So what I ended up doing was we moved into a condo right before he left. And I took on the role of, let's turn this plain condo into something that, like, take my mind off of him being gone and focus on making our house a home. So when he comes back, he can see all the work I did. To me, that sounded like a good idea. So I took on that role. So I started with our living room. I had these mahogany looking sofa table and end tables, and I was like, let me change the look of this up, make it look a little bit more modern. So what I did was I stained them black. If you can't tell, I love black. I didn't know anything about sanding anything down, scraping off old color or any of that. So I just bought me some spray painted it black, and was like, hey, that looks good. I did it. And was really excited about how that came out. I bought a rug and some throw pillows and was like, okay, this is looking good. My oldest daughter was turning 12 and she was having a birthday party. I was like, ooh, it would be fun if we could do a bedroom makeover. So we treated her birthday like you would a baby shower. So she registered for stuff that she wanted in her bedroom and had her friends buy it as gifts for her birthday. And they came, bought her all the stuff. So when she had all her stuff to decorate, we were able to put her room together and have it look nice. So I did my oldest daughter's bedroom. And after that, I did my youngest kid's bedroom. They shared a room and we did their bedroom. I had their name up and they had bunk beds and new covers and little cute things on the wall. And then I tackled the master bedroom, which was my sanctuary. The master bedroom was something that I was totally excited about because I had no stipulations because I was the only one there at the time. So I made it look not super feminine, but enough to know that my husband would like the stuff that I picked out. So I was really excited about the bedspread, the mirrors, the color scheme, a chair, and everything else that went along with it. So as he was gone, because the only way of communication that he was able to give us was a phone call once a week, we had to mail things back and forth. So I sent him pictures of everything. I learned how to barbecue while he was gone. And a lot of the stuff that, you know, he would have done with me, I ended up learning without him being there because I needed something to take my mind off of him being gone. So it was really a good experience for me to kind of find myself in a sense and be able to do something that I didn't realize I enjoyed as much as I did. After getting the master bedroom all together, I realized I kind of wanted to do more, but I didn't really know what. So IKEA became something for me to do because that furniture took a minute to put together. And I realized I enjoyed it. So back down to the living area, it was like, I need something to put in our dining room. So I got the IKEA sofa table to put behind the sofa as a buffet table. And then that cube, that calyx that everybody has now with baskets or decorative stuff in there. And I have that piece for like a display, but that went along with the dining area. And that was my taste of putting furniture together. And I enjoyed it. And because I enjoyed it so much, my mother-in-law asked me to help her put some stuff together. My sister asked me to put some things together. My mom asked me to put some things together. So I kind of became the go-to girl for putting together IKEA furniture. And some of the stuff I loved, some of the stuff was like, what is this? You know, so IKEA, we have a love-hate relationship, but mostly hate. But no, but I really did enjoy putting the pieces together that I had in the beginning because it taught me how to put stuff together in a sense of IKEA furniture. Once my husband came back, we got ready to buy a home. We thought we had some time. And where we were living, the person who was renting us their house was like, hey, I'm trying to sell, y'all gotta go. And I was like, So it forced us to look for a home sooner than what we expected. And that didn't really happen because the housing market, they weren't accepting VA loans for a while. So we had to move into another apartment. And of course, we weren't happy there because it was somewhere we needed to go, that stepping stone in between buying a house and living in an apartment. So we had a ton of stuff in there that we didn't know what to do with. Just kind of stayed in boxes or storage areas because we needed to find a bigger space to house everything that we had before moving to an apartment complex. So me and my husband were looking for homes like periodically while we were living in the apartment complex and didn't really find anything. Halfway into our lease, we got a phone call, them telling us that, hey, if you're looking to buy, there's a new builder that is now accepting VA loans, so go check them out. And it was like, yes! So we ended up going to find a house. They didn't have a model of it, but because we had looked so much, I told my husband, like, I'm overlooking. If you want to do this, you go look. If you like it, do what you need to do. And, you know, I just hope and pray that I'll like it too. So he went there, he saw the house. The builder was like, yeah, we take VA loans, but it was a brand new build. So we had to wait, I think it was between like 4 to 6 months for the house to be done. So it was perfect because we were still in our apartment complex, and by the time our lease was up, then we can move into our house. It ended up being built a little bit faster, so we broke our lease like in 11 months instead of 12, but they paid for us to get out of our lease sooner so that we could move in, so that was a blessing. And once we got into our house, it was like, you know, my DIY fantasy, because it was like, I can make this the way I want and not have any stipulations because this is our home. So we knew that everything was gonna be builder grade as far as what we could do. Like you know, the layout and stuff was gonna be what it was. We upgraded our kitchen, but we knew we were gonna change cabinets, we knew we were gonna change flooring, and you know, just little stuff that we could do ourselves without spending the cost of it through the builder. So once we got in our house, we, you know, dealt with our cheap carpet until it was time for us to pull it up and do everything that we needed to do. We knew we were gonna paint, and we knew we were going to redo the floors. Well, being the person that I am, I like surprises, and I like to surprise other people. My husband got deployed when we moved into our house in 2017, I believe. And I figured that I could tackle, because I knew he was gonna stop me if I tried. My husband is like, I don't want it to look like you did it. So he wanted to pay. And I was like, I'm sure I can figure this out. The crazy thing is, we would go to furniture stores and we would look at stuff to buy and put in our house. And I would look at things and I'd be like, I bet I could make this. I bet I could make this. And I would look at the price tag and I would shake it and I would lift it up and I'd be like, why does this cost so much when this is as flimsy as it is? Or dang, that costs a lot. I love it, but I'm not spending that amount of money on it. So I had to find something to fit our budget that still looked good. And mind you, there was not a lot of stuff in there. So we brought our IKEA stuff back into our new home. And I just figured once I got to a place, I could replace those with new pieces and we'd be good. So once we got into our house, I knew that I was gonna do the cabinets, I was gonna do the floors, but my husband had no idea. So when he was deployed, I was like, this is the time for me to learn how to do things. And if it came out bad, you know, then we can hire the people to fix it if we needed to. So I tackled our cabinets first. I saw a blog, I read the instructions, and I was like, I can do this. The cabinets are pretty much new because we've only been in here for a little less than a year, and I could figure out how to paint some cabinets. So I wanted to make sure it didn't have the brush strokes and all that stuff. I was having so much fun painting them, and my kids were so impressed. They were like, Mommy, this looks so good. So as I'm putting it, I think that took me 2 weeks from start to finish to do the cabinets. And I had a friend of the family come in and paint the walls because I couldn't, like, we have 9-foot ceilings, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to reach that. The next part of the project, once the cabinets were done, was the flooring. And that was kind of where my freak out was. I was like, I have no idea how to cut this stuff. I have no idea how to lay this down. So I went to Facebook and was like, hey, if anybody knows how to lay down flooring, let me know. Of course, when you go to YouTube and read stuff, people make everything look so simple online because they know what they're doing. But a newbie trying this out, I was a little worried about how to lay down flooring. I wanted it to look right. You know, I didn't want my husband to come in and be like, you did this, huh? So what I did was I had a friend who kind of knew how to do it and got me started with like the first layer. So once the first layer was laid down, I was like, okay, this is pretty simple. So I went through our house and did all of downstairs. So that included the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, and the entryway into the bathroom. But the bathroom I knew was a whole nother beast, and I didn't know how to remove the toilet and all that stuff, and that was something I needed help with. But I had to wait to do that part. So I think I got to where the bathroom started downstairs, and I was so proud of myself. Like, I had the cabinets done, I had the floors done, I pulled up carpet myself. I was like, man, yes, good job, Deandra. And my husband got home from his deployment and he hated it. I mean, broke my little heart. I was so disappointed with him not liking it. I thought he would at least be like, dang babe, this looks good, good job. He hated it. And I was sharing this with somebody else whose husband was also in the military, and she shared it's probably because he left, came home, and things were different. I don't even know if that was true or not, because when I asked my husband about it, he was like, I just don't like it. He really couldn't even give me an answer as to what he didn't like about it, which was crazy because that tore me up inside. After a while, which is crazy, he started telling people that I did this. He was like, look, y'all, Deandra painted the cabinets. Look, y'all, Deandra did the floors. Yeah, my wife did that. My wife did this. Look, let me show you what she did. So I was like, do you really not like it? Or were you just mad that I changed it without you? You know what I mean? So he was really proud to tell other people that, but he didn't give me the same love that he shared with everybody else with it. But you know, I have to block that memory out because to this day, our house is still the way I did it and nothing has changed. It still looks like that, but I'm ready to tackle on more. So that's how I got my DIY part of it going. And I was scared of the miter saw then, so I didn't use the miter saw. I used the jigsaw and that blade and then just kind of broke it because the loudness of the power tools was like, ugh! Every time I, hit the button, I was freaking myself out with the noise. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with this. So I didn't, and it wasn't until later on, as I was still dabbling in DIYing in the house and whatnot, I did our kids' bathroom, pulled up the carpet on our stairs and redid our stairs. So I pulled up carpet and put down laminate flooring. And I was coming down the stairs with socks on and I had a plate. When I go down the stairs, I gallop down the stairs. It's a habit of mine. And as I was galloping down the stairs, I got to our landing with socks on my feet and slipped and fell the rest of the way. And I was like, these laminate floors have to go. So we put carpet back because I hurt myself so bad. I still have the bruise from it. I can't be falling down the stairs. So that was a no-go. So now we have carpet. And that's the only thing that we changed back from something that I did. But I'm grateful that I was able to do that. My husband was actually a part of that DIY. He helped pull up things and to attach the stairs and whatnot. But that was another project that I did and was just kind of like enjoying myself with redoing our house and adding things to it, that was things that we wanted and not having to hire out because I figured out how to DIY it. Then fast forward to 2021 after COVID, you're at home and there's not much to do. You're in each other's faces and social media is right there. So I think a lot of people started sharing what they were doing on social media during COVID. But for me, I was still kind of not as into social media as I was until later on. The accounts that you follow, they start showing you people redoing their homes and making things look nice. And I stumbled across an account on Instagram, Ernestone Powell, and she was sharing that she was dealing with the loss of her sister and she used DIY to help with her grief. And that spoke to me because I remember doing the same thing when my husband left for the military. And she was building this arched cabinet. And I was like, how is she? I messaged her like, hey, are you following a plan for this? And she was like, no, I'm just kind of building as I go. And I was like, how do you know how to do this? And she was just like, yeah, I'm self-taught. I just saw something and wanted to try it out. And I was like, wait, you did this yourself? Nobody taught you how to do that? So in her highlighted story, she shared how she was building the arch cabinet. And I was like, I gotta give that a try. So I went and I knew what I wanted to replace. I wanted to build a sofa table because I wanted to replace the IKEA one that we had in our house. I followed a plan by Shanty to Chic and I went to Home Depot. I bought a miter saw and some wood and followed their plan for a sofa table. Now, mind you, it was the jankiest sofa table I had made because I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know wood needed to be straight, and the wood I got was chipped and bent and dirty, and it just looked horrible in its natural state. I don't even think I sanded anything down. I was just building together to see if I could do it. I did do it, and I enjoyed it so much that after I built the sofa table, I built a workbench, I built a console table, I built a club chair and a storage bench, and I just kept going. And as I was building, I was asked to make things, or asked what I would sell what I made for, and that was kind of like how I got a taste of building furniture. But I only got into it to learn to replace the IKEA pieces in my home. Like, I never saw this as a business for myself, but I'm so glad it turned into one because I enjoy it so much, and I'm able to make a little bit of money off of it. So it's been really cool to see how I've evolved also from my first build to what I'm making now in the shop. And I have my own shop, which is exciting because I have so much more space to be able to build the things that people are requesting. So it'll be like multiple orders or huge tables that I'm working on now. And it's been great, and I'm loving the process. Of course, there's ups and downs in businesses, but it turned into one for me, and I didn't even see this for myself. It's funny, when I first was sharing that I was getting ready to build, a friend of mine from elementary school was like, "Hey, are you making some garden beds? I want to. What's your PayPal?" And I was like, "Wait a minute, let me figure out if I can do this first." And after I made the sofa table, I was like, I think I can figure out how to make some garden beds. So I was able to make her two, and she paid me for them. And I was like, wow, this is cool. Another mom, my daughter played soccer with her daughter. She reached out and was like, "Hey, can I get 2 garden beds too?" So I made her 2. And then I had a friend from high school was like, "Hey, I have this outdoor patio. Can you make me something for that?" And like, "What is it that you want?" And I had a design for a herringbone bench, also from Shanty to Chic, that I made, and that was a hit. I got asked to make that a couple of times for different sizes and widths and stain colors and whatnot. So it's been really like just awesome how it took off for me, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it so much that when I'm not here, I'm like, I miss it. Where did the name Workboots Glasses come from? I got the name from the 2 things that I put on before I start working, and it's my work boots, hopefully you saw that, and my glasses. As I was following our nest on Powell, she hurt herself by dropping a piece of wood on her toe during one of her builds, and that freaked me out. That I was like, I could see myself doing the same thing. Let me invest in a pair of work boots so that does not happen and take me out of commission. Because I was actually building in tennis shoes, like no protection at all. And I could see that happening. Let me not hurt myself. So as a caution, I bought a pair of work boots from Cat Footwear, and I wore them, and I started sharing me wearing them while I was building. And they reached out to me to send a pair of boots because I had been sharing their shoes on my page and got a pair from them. I also bought a pair of Keen, so trying them out to see which kind of boots I really liked. I was sharing their boots on my page, and they've sent me a couple. Some were sponsored. Sometimes when they were having new product out, they'll send me a pair of shoes. So that's been really cool. And now I have a collection of work boots of over 15 pair now. I just got a few more recently that companies have sent me to wear. That has been a blessing as well. And my glasses. I have been a fan of glasses for a while. I knew that I didn't want to spend a ton of money on the brand name ones because it was kind of like that was your budget for the year. You get 1 pair of glasses and you wear them until your next visit. I would get tired of wearing the same pair over and over again, and I just kind of wanted to, like, you know, jazz up my collection. I wanted cuter accessories on my face. I don't wear jewelry that often, but because I knew I was wearing glasses all the time, I wanted something fun to represent me and something that I was going to put on and wear consistently, you know, because I needed to see. And I saw a post by somebody on Instagram who was sharing her glasses, and I was like, ooh, those are cute. I went to her page, saw she had a discount code, and went to Zlul for some glasses and bought a few pair, and was like, I spent $110 on 4 pairs of glasses, and was like, yes, please, with my prescription, mind you, okay? I got a plug on that too if you want. Anywho, I bought their glasses and was sharing their content on my page. They noticed, of course, they shouted me out and gave me a discount code for it. I got an email from another company called Phi2. I'm probably not saying that wrong, but I'll Fytoo. And they sent me an email on accident, but I ended up going to their page and buying some glasses, shared that I bought some with them, and then they sent me some glasses sponsored. So I have another company that I also buy glasses from that I also have a discount for. So if you want that too, I'll link it below. So yeah, I have been really enjoying all of the fun pair. I can wear one pair of glasses every day for a month without repeating them. So I think it might be a little bit time to get another few pair also, because now I've been wearing these for a while. Let's just be honest, I want some new glasses and that'll probably be coming soon. Anywho, so I have my work boots and my glasses, and that's kind of what I put on before I start working. So that's how I got my name. Things I'll be sharing on this channel will be customer projects, what I'm building from start to finish. That's kind of what I want to do. I want to take you along from design to lumber to how I build, what I'm making, and explain the process along that, and hopefully be able to share how it looks in their home or get some content from them picking up. I also want to share some shop upgrades, which I'm so excited about because I've reached out to some people who are going to do some sponsored content for a new look in my space. I have a lot of stuff in here that are just been made out of 2x4s, plywood, and some particle board, and I kind of want it to look a little bit nicer in here. So I have some stuff coming that'll be here tomorrow. I'm so excited about, and I'm going to do a upgrade of some things in my shop that I have planned, and I'm really excited to be bringing you along for that. I also am a firm believer in the Lord, and whatever he shares with me, I will be sharing with you as well. Probably mainly like within the build and how I deal with it. Frustrations come, we know that, and a part of that is also learning and growing from it. So I'm trying not to let negativity get me down, even though, you know, you make things for people who may be satisfied and may not be satisfied. And it gets to me when people talk to me about things that they like or dislike about something. I'm like, I made that, dang it. But I know I made something for them, so I have to take the criticism, apply it or dismiss it, and keep it moving. I've had some really great feedback I've learned from people online that have shared how they do certain things if I have a question about. So I'm really excited about being able to learn some new tricks and to apply them and hopefully have my workflow be better, but also, you know, take you along for that ride as well. And hopefully you'll enjoy that along with being a part of the things that I'm sharing. And you know, want to hang out and comment and be here for all of that process. So I'm super excited that you're here. I'm so excited to be doing this in this form, and I am looking forward to showing you everything that I can within reason in my new workspace. So thank you for being here, and I will see you on the next one.